Hi, everybody. So we are going to do a meditation today that has to do with, we're going to do a meditation on a remedy, and we're going to apply it to a planetary level. And we're going to do some, just in my own particular religious background, I trained with E.A. Shashiana Reyes in planetary grid work and like energy mechanics and stuff. And so I learned how to do this a lot. So, and I just, my own little spin on that use remedies to do that. And we're going to use a particular remedy to do that. And we are going to use Crataegus monogyna. So Crataegus monogyna is different than kind of the North American species that we typically use medicinally. We typically use oxycantha, but it's a very special one. So this is one that was planted legendarily 2,000 years ago by Joseph of Arimathea, Jesus' uncle, at Glastonbury Tor in England. And then it was cultivated there. And it's quite legendary in the local area, along with some other legendary plants in Glastonbury. And then a number of cultivars were, cuttings were taken out in various times. And one of them is actually in Victoria, BC, in front of Maltwood House at the University of Victoria. And it was actually, a specimen was collected by Dr. Ina Wong, a colleague of mine, and she sent it. And then me and Judith and Holly Castle and Chuyue Egan all triturated it together and found this very interesting remedy. And what we did find also was that, so the basic gist of the remedy is that there's this state of nutrient deprivation that really saps the vital force. It really stops it from doing what it should be doing, and including absorption. So you kind of get, a period of stress or a period of, low nutrient sufficiency and so forth, and your body starts being unable to absorb as much, and then that kind of sets off a positive feedback loop and everything. And that's what we use IV therapy for. You can really get around it with that. But the remedy itself is very helpful for that. Now, the interesting thing is that those essential nutrients actually are doing a job. Our vital force, when it should be whole and perfect and capable of making anything, just with energy and air and stuff, in biochemical views, I think it should be capable. It shouldn't have essential nutrients. It should be capable of making everything it needs itself. It has some kind of a fault that leads to the complete. Sorry, the garbage is coming outside. It has some kind of a fault which leads it to being unable to create those energetic gaps, and then requiring chemical analogs, the essential nutrients, to fill them in until we reach full maturity, perfection of ourselves, and then we're able to do that. This remedy brings us to the state where we're able to do that. You still need essential nutrients, and they're still really a good idea, but it does strongly affect it does strongly affect what the vitality is capable of. I mean, even the best of us has trouble maintaining nutrient sufficiency. So that's what we're going to do. The remedy will start us down that path. The other thing being that we actually gained some insight that there are little, you might call them chakras, you might call them just energy gathering centers that are supposed to take in the energy that those substances represent, and that they are blocked. And they are not only blocked at an individual level, there are, some people have more of, a blockage on one nutrient than another, and they need higher levels of it. This is kind of where the Walsh Institute's work comes from. But there's also people who, they're also blocked on a planetary level or a species-wide level. And there is a particular spot on the planet that really has, I would say, the foundational spot. Each nutrient will have its own little spot on the body where its own little mini chakra is. They may not be in the 7 main ones that people talk about. But each spot on the body will have one, and each nutrient will have a planetary location or grid point where there's a blockage to that energy getting in. So the main one is actually the spot where this tree was located, Glastonbury Tor in England. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this remedy that me and Judith made up to C16, and Chuyue contributed up to C12, and then Holly came up to C4. And then we are going to go and we're going to kind of project ourselves to this spot, and we're going to unleash this and kind of dissolve that implant and start a cascade of changes on the planet. That's what we're doing today. So Do not worry if you are not good, if you've never done this before. I have, and to be frank, there's one way to learn how to do it, and that's to actually do it with someone who knows what they're doing. So that's how mystical work is happening. So let's see. All right, Judith, are you ready? Okay, good, good. So I am going to share screen. There we go. So that is what we got. So that is where we are going. That is Glastonbury Tor in England. And we are going right into the middle of that thing at the top there. That is actually the Tower of St. Michael. So there used to be a female Druidic college there, and I think they knew about this implant. Oh, I think they knew about this implant and so forth. And they actually had like a stone circle, kind of like Stonehenge, but a little bit less fancy. And then we are we're going to kind of project ourselves mentally into that. And they actually use the stone circle to make the foundations of the tower. So excuse me for a second. I just got it's my normal runny nose in the morning. So here is another one, kind of an aerial view, which is very pretty. So everyone, I'm going to ask you to mute yourselves if you're not muted. So not to be mean or anything, it's just we're already doing this and this is being recorded, so you can go back and watch the explanation earlier. But yeah, so, and this is part of the reason why I love Google Earth. So that is Google Earth is really useful for doing grid work. So everyone, what we are going to do is we are all going to kind of project ourselves down there. So just imagine, just feel your body right now. Just feel your legs, your arms, your head, your torso. Just feel your whole body together. In addition to your body, just feel that extra dimension to the physicality. Feel some of that vitality. Feel just that double, as they call it, that energetic portion of yourself. And I want you all to see on the screen, right in the middle, kind of in the middle of that tower, there is a little bubble, just a little bubble. And that is our little safe space. It is protected. Nobody can see you inside of it. Nobody knows where you're going. It is a protected space. It's under kind of my protection. And I want you to see just another bubble like that opening up in front of you. Just like it pops in front of you. And if you want, there's no obligation. Just have that little bit of an energetic double step into that bubble. And when we're there, we will see, and when you step through, you will see yourself in a circle with me and a number of other people. There's more than just the people who are joining us live on Zoom. There's a couple hundred. And I don't think all of them have human bodies. I think a lot of them are kind of discarnate and are like, beings that are just joining us because they want to get this done. You can just think, hey, everyone, nice to meet you all. And just see us inside of a bubble, shrunk down inside of the middle of that building. And again, we're invisible. Nobody can see you outside of the bubble, and nobody can see you inside of the bubble if you want that. Just kind of state that intention. Yeah, I'm invisible. So what we are going to do is from inside this bubble, and this bubble is right now at this point in time, January 6, 2022, Epiphany. And right now we are all going to use, so the remedy is dissolved inside this bowl. We are going to go, and this bowl is going to ring, and we are all going to kind of use our intentions to amplify it and dissolve this implant that is holding this configuration in place on the planet. There are still, each micronutrient has its own implant and its own kind of energetic blockage that is, both mucking it up on an individual and a planetary and a species-wide level. But this is the one that I think is really critical in holding everything in place. So just connect to your higher power for a minute, however you see it. And so it would be nice if everyone in the circle could just join hands. We'll make a big amplifier ring that way and just connect to your own higher power. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sound the charm, and then I'm going to sound the little singing bowl, which is going to carry the remedy to everyone in the circle. And then their higher power and the energy that they bring will kind of amplify it. And we'll probably feel like a little crackly sensation. Excuse me. All right, so let's get started. Just imagine me and in the center of the circle and the hundreds of people outside kind of holding hands inside of the bubble, and we're all shrunk down in the bottom of that little tower. And just feel the remedy combining with that energy from your higher power and just broadcasting out from us into this area. And it's going out really far because this is a huge celestial temple that was in England. It goes out like kilometers and kilometers and kilometers. It's reaching the edge now. And just feel kind of like a little quivering right there. It's starting from the outside edges. Just feel that outside edge kind of the temple and the implant just kind of crinkling and kind of just like dissolving, like it's burning up, but there's like no heat. It's kind of coming back into Glastonbury. And it's coming back to that little hill. Now it's climbing up the hill. And it's right around the top of the hill now. And now it's right around the tower. And just feel that burning up taking place. And now just feel this energy that we're going and growing down to the center of the earth and dissolving more layers of the implant that are underground. And going kind of into the sky as well. Big implant. It's almost at the center of the earth. There we go. It's almost where it needs to be in the sky. It's like out in space somewhere. And there we go. We've just broken kind of the seal that's connecting these energies, and just feel something from space kind of rush down and go into the planet. just feel the big sense of freedom and relax and release you get. Feel this whole, feels like there's like tens of thousands of years of like people that were trying to get this done that are like, oh my God, fucking finally. And they are now free to go and do something else. Their job is done. And just feel the energy. And it's funny, this energy feels really nutrient. Like it feels super nutritional. So it feels like it's like a big IV therapy for the whole planet, and it's bringing in those energies of like, you know, B12 and vitamin C and like niacin and essential fatty acids and essential amino acids that are just going into the whole vitality of the planet. And let's just get, when our work there is done, let's just focus on ourselves for a moment and just from this little sound, pick up, if you want, there is no obligation, pick up this remedy and kind of feel our own gaps in our vital force fill in. But just imagine like little cracks in your vitality that extends out about an inch or two from your body. And just feel them all filling in. And you still have a nutrient deficiency or two, like we all do. But now your vitality will be able to function much more effectively, even with that nutrient deficiency. It doesn't need it to fully function. We'll just hold on to this for a few minutes. Ooh, we got some extra people coming in who just want this. They didn't want to help with the work part. I totally wanted to get this activation. They're nice, so okay, fine, whatever. There we go. And they're off. See you later. And just about everyone's got it. There we go. There we go. Now, let's all bid each other a fond farewell. I'm sure many of these people, many of you know, at least on some level, even if not, you know, physically in this life. And let's just take a moment to thank our higher power, however we conceive of it, and ourselves for doing this important work for the planet on this very important day. And let's kind of release our hands, and just within this big bubble, you'll see your own little individual bubble kind of pop up behind you, and just step up into it. And then you're back in front of your body, and just kind of feel your body get kind of sucking your this portion of your energy body back in, and just feel the energetic shift and the release that you are releasing this same implant that we just did on a planetary level in your physical body. And I'm just waiting I'm still in the big bubble. I'm waiting for people to go back. Almost everyone is. Okay, good. Last person, I'm like, you know, trying to push like, hey. Okay, 1, 2, 3 left. Enough chit chat, guys. You can talk later. Right, 1, 2, 1 later. All right, it's just me. I'm going back in now too. And the big bubble is called kind of, you know, shrinking down and going away. And I'm back in my body. And that is it. We are concluded. Thank you all so much for your assistance in doing that. This remedy, if anyone is interested in it, it is available from INE Organics. Just make sure, I make no money off of it. Just make sure that they are, just make sure if you order it from them, I don't think it's listed on the website, so you have to email them. I know they've been a bit challenging to work with lately. They really are trying to improve that. But just make sure you get so the way of notating a remedy like this is you get like, say, a potency, say like 30C, and then slash the trituration level. in this case, it is C1 to 6/16. So it means you're getting a 30C made from the 1 to the 16 triturations, which is what me and Judith did together. And that is the one that really has this effect. Lower potencies also have this effect, but that 1 to 16 is really good. So I have a drainage remedy made from it, and there are normal C potencies and LNs and things like that, and it's a really good remedy. I'm including it with many of my cardiovascular prescriptions and just my nutritional prescriptions as well. So I'm going to stop sharing, and you all. Oh, Crataegus. Oh, so Linda wanted to know what the remedy was. It is Crataegus monogyna, MONOGYNE. And technically monogyna biflor, which is the specific variety, the specific cultivar of that. Gardening is really complicated, but yes, I'm going to stop recording now. So thank you all.